Babe, real talk right now. I need to ask you something. Why not you? Why would you not be the one to break the generational traumas and curses that were involuntarily passed down to you? Why would you not be the one whose business actually succeeds? Why wouldn't you be the one who completely changes the trajectory of their own personal reality and actually gets to live their dream life in this lifetime? No more waiting on the sidelines, scrolling through Instagram, thinking to yourself, everyone else is so far ahead of you and you're somehow left behind, because you're not. Babe, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you're seeing this video right now, I want you to know that this is your sign to wake the up. Life is happening now. Life is happening in every single moment that you're procrastinating, that you're sitting there, that you're feeling like you're not enough, that you're feeling like you just need to lose that extra 5 pounds. You just need to wait for your skin to clear up. You just need to wait till you're more knowledgeable, till you're an expert in your field before you can put yourself out there and actually be the creator that you were born to be. Trust me, if you have this desire in your heart to have a YouTube channel, to have a podcast, to have a course business, perhaps you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're someone in a service-based business, I want you to know that your self-belief is the one and only thing that is the difference between you being wildly successful and you feeling like you're never enough and like you're not getting where you actually want to go. It was Neville Goddard, who I like to see as one of my personal mentors, who once said, "Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions." And to that, if I may add, I think imagination is so much more than just a preview of life's coming attraction for you. Your imagination is actually the vehicle that is going to get you to your desires, that is going to get you to your goal, to that dream destination. And that actually turns your imagination into something super cool, because guess what? Your imagination is equal to transportation. Yes, my gorgeous goddesses, souls, jelly beans, everybody in between, your imagination is equal to your transportation to life's coming attractions, because your imagination is what gets you there. Your imagination is your car, your private jet, it's your bicycle, your running shoes, whatever mode of transportation that your imagination is equal to is how quickly you will actually get to your desired destination of your manifestations and desires. A little bit of adjusting. Here we go. You've probably never even thought about this manifestation concept in this way, but the quality of your imagination is actually a determining factor of how quickly your transportation will be to where you are trying to go. So if the quality of your imagination is that you are traveling on foot, then that means that your mode of transportation is pretty slow, right? However, if the quality of your imagination, so that means you think to yourself, there's nothing that I can't accomplish. You think to yourself, of course my business is going to be successful. Of course I'm going to get 5 new customers this month. Of course I'm going to close that deal. Then your imagination is perhaps on PJ level, all right? Private jet level, like a G6 song level, which means that your transportation is going to be fast. So you're going to get to your desired destination, which is your goals, which is your desires, which is your dreams and your aspirations. You'll get there very quickly if you up the quality of your imagination. Now, you may ask yourself, Vanessa, all right, this makes sense, it sounds feasible. I get what you're trying to say, but how do I elevate the quality of my imagination? I have self-limiting beliefs. I grew up in a family that told me that money was terrible. I grew up in a family that told me I could never become anything. Let's bust through those right now, shall we? And an amazing book that I can also recommend to you, by the way, is Psycho-Cybernetics. I use this as a foundation for all of my manifestation teachings, also for my coaching. If you're looking for an amazing read that is the perfect mixture between traditional business advice as well as modern manifestation techniques and mindset shifts that you can make in order to actually step into the highest version of yourself and step into a new reality. If I'm speaking your language, Maxwell Maltz is really going to do it for you. But coming back to busting through your own limiting beliefs about your own success, which is creating a quality of imagination that we have to get rid of. Now, your limiting belief may be that you grew up in a family that demonized money. And I am going to challenge you on this belief right now. Just think about it. Is money in itself inherently bad? Or is it the love of money? Is it what lengths people will go to when they're greedy about money? For example, arguing with your loved ones about money. In my opinion, that is bad. In my opinion, that is something that we should avoid at all costs. But money in itself, it's literally just a result of you serving more people. It's just a result of you finding the solution to more people's problems. For example, if you're a coach or a consultant, when you are able to build a coaching business that serves more people, if you were starting off with one-on-one consulting for $150 per hour, and then you elevate that, for example, into a group coaching program, and now all of a sudden from $150 per hour, you are making $1,500 per hour. Because now, rather than just answering one person's question directly, being in a one-on-one meeting with them, you are in a group setting where actually people get a lot more out of group settings because they get to interact with others, and also other people ask questions that they may not have thought of, and you're able to provide value for far more people. And when you keep the energy and the momentum of such an environment going, nothing other than a higher level of value creation is what can happen. Now, would you say that the value creation that happened in such a setting, would you say that's a bad thing, to be earning more just because you found a solution to more people's problems and you could deliver it to more people more quickly, rather than just working with one person at a time, going through booking one session each single time, rather than just sending out the schedule to your coaching group, your coaching clients, and now you can serve and help way more people achieve their goals? Obviously, when you learn to scale business on this type of level and you learn to scale your life to serve more people, the natural result, the byproduct, is you being wealthy. So axe that out of your system, the fact that being financially successful or having a lot of money is something that proves that you're a bad person. Actually, in a lot of cases, it proves the complete opposite. It is just literally the media that has brainwashed and trained us in all of these movies. The rich guy is 50 Shades of Grey. He is this messed up person who has so many issues, and he's actually not a good individual. Or these people who have buttloads of money because they made it off of the backs of innocent kids who didn't have a choice other than to participate in labor that they should have never participated in. Rather than that, they should have had a childhood. So we make it seem like people who are extremely successful, oh, they robbed other people of life. But that is only the case in a small percentage of individuals. I have met a lot of wildly successful entrepreneurs, and actually most of them, what they have found is a problem, and they came up with a solution to that problem. And my question to you is, why can't that be you? Why do you have to remain in this mindset that was given to you, that you did not even have a choice as to whether you wanted to take that mindset on, that your parents passed down to you for whatever reason? It could have also been society, it could have been the school system that indoctrinated you with this thought that wasn't even yours to choose. And you can break that pattern and that cycle. That doesn't mean that you don't love your parents or your family. You take back your personal power through the law of assumption. You create a vehicle that is so strong, that is so solid, that is so private jet level when you learn to practice the law of assumption. All right, babe, the law of assumption, you may have heard of this before, but most people have heard of the law of attraction. Why I prefer to teach you the law of assumption is because, number one, the law of assumption is going to get you into a state of mind that is elevated. So elevated state of mind. So I'll just write SOM, elevated state of mind, because we don't have all day. I still have a little dentist visit to do. I have other videos to film. I have my new program launching where I teach you how to become a self-published tarot, oracle, or affirmation deck author. You guys can find all of my decks on Amazon. But coming back to your elevated state of mind. Now, when you use the law of attraction, it's more of a waiting game, right? Literally, construction right in front of my... Okay, door is closed. What I'm trying to say is that the first thing that you're going to do is get into an elevated state of mind when you're using the law of assumption, because you are assuming to be that which you desire to be. So if right now, for example, you're making $5,000 every single month, you're working a 9 to 5, but what you really want is to have your own business, and you would like to take home $10, $20, $50, $100,000 per month, $1 million per month. Perhaps you are already in this bracket of a lot of the people whom I work with who are female entrepreneurs, female consultants, female high-level executives who are between $10,000 to $50,000 per month, and you're like, I really want to break through to the next ceiling because somehow, yeah, I am kind of marginally successful, but at the same time, I don't have enough time for myself. I don't have time for dating, for my family, for my kids the way I would like to. I don't have time to go to the spa or to get a personal training session, even though I can maybe afford it. So by practicing the law of assumption, what you first do is you put yourself into an elevated state of mind by assuming to be that which you desire to be. And in order to assume to be that which you desire to be, you first need clarity, right? Because in order to take on the energy, the mindset, the way of living of your dream self, you have to know what that even is. So getting clarity on who you desire to be, what your daily routine looks like, how many followers do you have on social media, how many clients do you get every single week or every single month, what are your hobbies, how do you dress, what kind of car do you drive? Get crystal clear on all of these things, and I like to personally put together vision boards where I cut out images of all of my desires. I put them onto one canvas or one piece of paper, and I actually have 2 of them hanging in my living room. I still have more that I'm going to make, but that is a great way for you to get into that elevated state of mind and to start to assume to be that which you desire to be. Next, what you are going to do here with the law of assumption is you are actually going to become aware of the fact that this is just another version of you. So this is awareness. You will start to realize that actually you are not pretending. You're not pretending to be something that you're not. You're not pretending to be this version of you that doesn't exist. You're realizing, oh, it actually does exist. Every version of me exists. And I spoke about this in one of my videos. There's this amazing book, it's called From Barista to Billionaire. And both versions of this guy who literally went from barista to billionaire, both of them exist. It's an amazing book, by the way. And he reached billionaire status by the age of about 36. And that just shows you both versions of him existed, and they existed in a very short frame of time. And the same goes for you. The version of you that's right now a barista, an accountant, that's right now wishing and hoping for your business to take off, that version exists, and perhaps that's the version that you're living in. But you know what? There is another version of you that's out here that exists as well, and that's a version of you that is on that next tier of success. That is the version of you that does have everything that they desire and does not live in a bubble of fear, shame, and anxiety, and does not continue to carry down these patterns of trauma that your parents were given by their parents, and your great-grandparents had their parents put traumas onto them for whatever reason. I mean, the world was a completely different way 200 years ago. Why wouldn't you have traumas that were passed down to you? I mean, just thinking about the work conditions, thinking about how their health was, of course, we all have some sort of generational trauma that was passed down to us, and our parents probably didn't even want the traumas that they received themselves, nor did they want to pass it down to you, but they didn't know any better. But here we are untangling, we are unfolding, we are becoming aware of the fact that you may have grown up one way. That doesn't mean you have to stay that way forever. Life may have been one way up until now. That doesn't mean life has to stay that way forever. So becoming aware of the fact that if you just start behaving like the dream version of you, everything around you begins to shift and change. When you assume to be successful, when you walk into that room and there's a deal that you want to close. See, I'm getting so excited about this. There's a deal you want to close, right? When you're in a call and you know this is a negotiation that you have got hands down because you are the expert in your field, you know what you're doing. And that is something that a lot of you, if I ask you, okay, are you amazing? Do you think you're amazing at what you do? A lot of you are going to be like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm amazing at it. And then if I ask you, do you think other people know that you're amazing at what you do? Some of you may be like, I'm not sure. So what's the difference between you knowing that you're amazing at what you do and others knowing? That is your messaging. That is the image you have of yourself. That is your own self-awareness being carried to everyone around you. Because the only way that others could know or would know that you're amazing at what you do is if you communicate it. If you communicate it through your body language, if you communicate it through the way you take care of yourself, if you communicate it by showing up confidently in every room, with every discussion, with every negotiation. And when you do that, things begin to shift because it is human nature to love a good leader. It is human nature to love someone who is confident in their own abilities. Just think about it. When you are around someone, not because they gave you compliments. If you get compliments from someone who isn't very confident in themselves, it doesn't really mean much. But if you get compliments from someone, let's picture a successful person, they take care of themselves. They are in a place where they have a lot of respect from other people because of how they show up, because they practice what they preach. When you get a compliment from that type of person, it means so much more. And why does it mean so much more? Because that person's perception of themselves has created a reality around them that actually reflects their own self-worth. And you're now going to learn to do the same. You're going to understand that your environment is created by your thoughts and your thought alone. Your thought is the vehicle that creates everything that you see around you right now. And that means that things are completely flexible and malleable. That means you don't have to wait for anything or any circumstance to appear in order for you to start changing your personal reality and live in your desired state of being. So becoming aware of this and becoming aware of the limitless possibility that is you and your life. And then what you're going to do in the third and final step is I'm just going to put a little 8 on its side here, and I'm going to write repeat. Because what you're going to do here, in case you didn't know, this is the infinity symbol. You are going to forever repeat the cycle, babe. You're going to forever get into an elevated state of mind. In the morning when you get up, how do you get out of bed? What do you wear? How much self-care do you put towards yourself? No excuses anymore. If you have to get up half an hour earlier in order for you to put on that face mask, to read from bed, to make yourself a matcha latte, to go, to do that Pilates class, to walk to work rather than take transportation, or to get those extra steps in, do it. You're worth it. What makes you feel like you're not worth it? And if there's something that makes you feel like you're not worth that elevated state of being, you have to work on that, because your clients, your customers, anyone who you come in touch with, they can feel it. Energy doesn't lie. Then, number 2, when you have the awareness of the fact that the person who you desire to be exists, I'm going to just put this down for a moment. What you're going to do is become aware of the fact that nothing that you desire is out of reach, literally. Just think about it. Before there was even such a thing as light, electricity, Thomas Edison had such a strong belief that he could invent and create light, he went on to do it. And you are most likely overthinking something that is way smaller than such a big dream. And I just want you to be completely aware of the fact that whether you are trying to invent the next light bulb, or in actuality, what you want to do is just have a successful business, a successful coaching business, a successful yoga studio. Maybe you're building an online consulting agency or firm. Perhaps you're trying to create your own online courses, your own online membership. Perhaps you want to publish your own book because you want to add that on to your podcasting. You want to add that on to being someone who works with social media. Trust me, if you can think it, especially if it's been done a million times before, you can do it. And when you step into that state of mind of understanding that the version of you that is already living in that success, they exist, you don't have to wait for it, it's already here. It's just in a different field of the quantum space. What you can do is forever repeat the motions, the lifestyle, the thought process, the version of you that you are craving, of the version of you that was given to you as your destiny. And why I say this was given to you as your destiny is because there is a reason why your desires are yours. There is a reason why you desire exactly what's in your head, exactly that car, exactly that home, exactly that dream body, exactly that dream business, exactly that lifestyle. Because what's in my head about my dream business is completely different than what's in your head about your dream business. And that's because my desires were given to me for the reason that they are mine. This is my destiny to fulfill. And your desires were given to you because they are uniquely yours. And because, of course, they're possible for you. You're probably dreaming way too small. And if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, then that is the fact that you are deserving, you're so capable. To understand that life, reality, the 3D has no other choice than to bend to your imagination and your thoughts when you continue to repeat the actions of being who you desire to be. When you continue to repeat what that successful person that you have in your brain, that successful version of you that is your vision, when you continue to repeat to live like they do, to behave like they do, to just be them. Literally this morning, the most successful version of me does not overthink sharing with my audience, does not overthink how I look like on camera. It doesn't let me stop myself from putting messages out there that are meant to be heard, that are so important. And that's also what compelled me to create this video right now. To hop on here, I have other things to do. I literally have offers to create for my live event that's happening this weekend, which is a new program that I'm presenting, that I will also be pitching, selling to my audience in case they want to join, but it's a masterclass that is free. 4 hours of my time, Sunday evening, well, 5 hours with the VIP that's happening an hour before the event. And why I'm putting this on is because I want to empower you to understand, for one, you can do this, all right? Others have done it before. If I can do it and I had no idea what I was doing, and now I'm explaining to you how to get there, to get your desired result of becoming a self-published successful author, hell yeah, you can do it. What's stopping you? But when you have this kind of attitude of gratitude, of understanding that you're just here to give, to serve, the people who are meant to find you, they will find you regardless of what time of the day it is, of the quality of your video, of whether you had a pimple on your face that day that you were filming that piece of content. People don't care about that. What they care about is how you make them feel and whether you are giving them the confidence to get to that next level. It's not about what you're saying, it's about how you're saying it. And now when you step back into life, when you step back into the world, because we were just in this little bubble of just vibing with one another, of manifesting, of creating, I want you to take this confidence. I want you to take this elevated state of being, this elevated state of mind with you into the outer world. Straighten yourself up, my gorgeous soul. Great posture, confidence, remind yourself of who you are, and remember that if you ever need that extra little push, I'm right here for you. After all, there's a reason why you call me your big sis from the internet and as a psychic CEO. I'm already anticipating to see you again very soon right here on this channel. Ich liebe euch, ihr seid die allerbesten und ich schicke euch ganz, ganz liebe Grüße aus Zürich. Okay, Pilates arms. And if you're looking for more content that can help you to create your dream life and dream online business, make sure you check out these videos that I've got for you right here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to never miss another upload. Bye guys!